What does azoospermia actually mean? Is it that the sperm is dead or that there is no sperm at all? Can it be cured with food? When a man ejaculates, there are three components that comes out with the semen. That white fluid that you see comprises of three different components. The first part is the seminal fluid, which gives the sperm cells energy to to move the long distance, the journey that they want to embark on to fertilize the female's egg. The second one is the prostatic fluid that makes it more easier for the sperm cells to swim, across the vagina, the female, reproductive tract. Then the third component of the semen is the sperm cells, which is the cell that does the main job of fertilizing the female's egg to ensure pregnancy takes place. So some men, they ejaculate, but when the semen is taken to the lab, it only comprises of two things and not the actual three things. That is, they have the seminal fluid, they have the prostatic fluid, but there's no sperm cells. So this is what we call azoospermia. That is, there's no sperm cell present in the ejaculate. There's no sperm cell in the semen that you release. Now, if a man is having azoospermia, there are a lot of factors that can be behind it. It's a very comprehensive, very complex network of condition. It can be due to some issues affecting the testicular environment, and it can be due to some issues affecting the brain, which is the central processing unit. The brain is the one that coordinates all bodily activity. So it can be due to the testes having some issues affecting the testicular function, like varicocele, like hydrocele, like testicular torsion, like testicular atrophy, like microlithiasis, like different conditions can affect the testes. And like varicocele as a case study now, which is very, very common. The testis is meant to be very cool, very cool. But with varicocele and some conditions that affect the testis, they increase the temperature of the testicular environment. And if the testis is high in temperature, this will affect the testicular cells and also affect the testicular function, to the extent that the testis might be unable to do its primary function of sperm production. So anything that increases the temperature of the testicular environment, even up to boxers, that's why we often hear the words that don't put on tight boxers, it can affect your sperm health. Yes, because this can, consistently putting on tight underwears can increase the temperature of your testicular environment, thereby affecting the testicular cells and impairing the testicular functions. So putting anything that increases the temperature, like maybe you are putting on laptop, the radiation and the likes, so all of this can affect. Then there are some people having azoospermia, which is as a result of an obstruction. Not that they don't have sperm cell, they have sperm cell, but there is something obstructing the sperm cells from being able to get out during ejaculate. So we call this obstructive azoospermia. Some people are having secondary hypogonadism. There's what we call secondary hypogonadism, which means it is the brain that is not producing hormones to stimulate the testes to produce sperm cells. So it's a different, it has different causes, different, issues that can be behind it. So some of these causes can be well treated, like some of the conditions like hydrocele, like varicocele, like epididymal cyst, like atrophy. These can be effectively addressed with natural medicine modalities. We've treated a lot of people and we have the testimonies on our page. And there are some other approach to address this also, like surgical approach and the likes. So, and there are some conditions that might not be, easily addressable or almost impossible to address. So it's very important to know the underlying factor behind the patient's azoospermia, so as to know how best to address it if it can be addressable. And about the question that can it be cured with food? Food is medicine, certainly, but there are some conditions that are complex and they require complex and comprehensive treatment, plan. So yes, food is part of what can be used to address the condition, but in most cases, it is not the only treatment approach to address the condition. It is more complex than just eating foods, eating the right set of food. There are still some other assisted treatment approach that would complement the food so that the person can get results as soon as possible. So thanks so much, the Criterion Cares.